The American experience. You might be wondering what is the American experience. You saw my video coming up, and this is of course for a foreign trained dentist who wants to become a dentist in the United States. The same thing that I did. I'm going to share you some thoughts about what this is and how this can help on your application, which is something that, in my humble opinion, I've been doing this for quite a while, and it changed over time. It definitely changed over time. And I'm going to go into detail what is the American experience this video today, right after this. My name is Leo Kirish, and you gotta subscribe to the channel, like the video, share with your friends. You've been watching my videos already, right? So you gotta do all that so we can continue to bring you nice content here on this YouTube channel. Basically, the American experience is something that you can add to your curriculum that is going to set yourself apart from the crowd. Why is that? Because back in the day when I was applying, I applied about 10 years ago now when I applied, the competition, I gotta tell you, wasn't as hard as it is today. Because of the internet, access to information, WhatsApp, Telegram groups, Facebook groups, you name it, kind of groups. A lot of people are getting information from different sources, and basically the applicants are becoming stronger and stronger. I have to say that whenever I applied, there wasn't like, I see some people applying today, I'm like, wow, these people are pretty amazing. On the other hand, there's some people that they're not as strong. You're always gonna have that. But for whatever reason, I see people better prepared today. Just for an example, I have over 150 people in my course. Whenever they apply, they don't all apply at once, but whenever they apply, they get all the knowledge that I share with them so they can stand out from the crowd and have a very great application. So back in 2014, this wasn't an option, so everybody was pretty much on their own when they were applying. And that's where the American experience comes in. The American experience is something different that you can do to set yourself apart from the crowd, which means spend some time in the United States. There are different ways that you can do this. There's not a rule of how this has to be done, but there are different ways that you can do this. And most of the ways, they are free. You won't really cost you any money. Of course, cost of living and traveling and meals and stuff like that, but you might be able to get for free from the school, okay? There are different ways that you can do this. The way that I did back in my day, my American experience, I did a research program as a postdoc fellow at UNC Chapel Hill. I was a research postdoc fellow at UNC Chapel Hill, and I spent 1 year there where I did research and I learned a lot, and I published a lot of stuff from that year, and that was certainly a great addition to my curriculum. Now, you don't have to spend a whole year. Sometimes you can spend a week, sometimes you can spend a month, 2 months. You can even come to offices and do shadowing, okay? There's several different things that you can do in the United States that is going to give you exposure to the American culture, and that by itself makes you a better applicant. Whether you even come in here to take English classes in a college setting or something like that. This is all things that can add up to your application. Of course, if you could choose, it would be much better to spend some time in a school setting, like a dental school setting, not a regular English school setting, but a dental school setting. Of course, if you could choose, you would prefer to do that. But if that's not an option for you, but you have a friend who lives here in the United States and you want to spend a week in that person's office, that's certainly better than doing nothing. So the American experience is when you're exposed to some sort of experience in the United States that sets you up from the crowd, because it shows that you kind of like already had been in touch with the culture, you understand how the culture is. You integrate well. Can you imagine, like, if you've never been here and you're applying to go to a dental program and the committee goes through your application, one thing that might go through their minds is like, how is this person going to adapt here in the United States? It's completely different than whatever country they live. It's completely different. So adaptation and being involved in the country is something that people certainly have to take into consideration, because it's a big step, okay? Now, do you need that to get approved? No, you don't. You don't. But that's a nice touch to your application. And I do have people in my course that got accepted without ever stepping their foot here in a college setting or anything other than being tourists going to Disney and stuff like that. You know, I have people who have done it. It's not impossible, but this adds a nice touch to your application when you have some sort of American experience. My name is Leo Karish. I hope you liked the video. Share, subscribe, click the like button if you did. If you didn't, click the like button anyway, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.